Hi guys, it's Lena here. Today I'm painting with the oil paint on MDF board, and it's going to be one of my moody seascapes. I'm starting with putting a bit of ultramarine and mixing it with a white, and that's going to be background sky that is peeking through the clouds. Then I'm putting a horizontal line very roughly using one of my favorite colors, Payne's Grey. Then I add a bit of white and start to roughly mark where my clouds will go. At this point I'm going to be doing a lot of adding color and blending, and I will be adding also to my grey ultramarine blue, just to give the clouds an extra dimension so that they're not one color. And I'll be just blending and adding color and see where I have to add a bit more and a bit more. And you see as we go and blend, the painting will be dark, and then as I start to blend, the colors will start to disappear. So I will add more and more value to it, just not to so that I don't lose this dark and deep color. Now I'm going to start working on my sea, but again very roughly, just to block this space. And I will be using ultramarine blue, my grey, a bit of white, and Prussian blue, just to give it an extra shade of different kind of shade of blue. I also will take my raw umber and start to block the space, a bit of the space that is going to be sand of a bit or a beach. Then I will go back to my sky and add a bit of more white again, blending just to get this as much as for the dimension of a cloud I can. Then I'm going back to work on the sea. I put a bit of a highlight, I mixed a bit of ultramarine blue with the white, and then I'll start darkening the sea as well using ultramarine and Payne's Grey. That color I'll be using to mark where my bottom part of the wave is, so that'll be the dark out. And I'll also be, as I go, I'll also be blending some highlights using a bit of a white. And because my paint is still wet, as I apply white, it mixes with the ultramarine blue and with the grey, and it doesn't create this white highlight, but it's more subtle one, like in the background. Then I go back to use a grey and I darken where it's meant to be dark. The left side of the painting is where you can barely see the difference between sea and the sky on my reference photo, but I don't think I'll make it that dark. I'll see as I go. Then I take a bit of white and I create roughly the foam of the wave that's going to be hitting the beach. Also I go back to my clouds and I go back to the sea and adding a bit of more of a highlight and mixing and blending the colors to my satisfaction. Then I add a bit of more of a raw umber and walk for a few seconds on that sand, just to block it a bit more. And then I will go back to my sky and definitely start adding more and more dark paint to get this deep color in it. I just love how this grey looks on the painting and what you can make with it if you blend it properly. So I'm just adding more and more of that grey into the sky and then sea. I also will go back and add ultramarine blue to my clouds and blend it with a grey and a bit of a white. Like I said, I don't want these clouds to be just grey. I want them to have a bit of a dimension, and I also want this blue sky to be peeking through the dark clouds. So I will be blending until I am satisfied with the way it looks like, and that's just about adding paint, blending, adding paint, and blending again. Then I go back onto the sea part and I add a bit of Prussian blue under my waves and a bit of a white, and now I'm blending. I'm adding a bit of more highlights but still blending it, not leaving it very sharp. And I'm going to work a bit more on this wave that's going to hit the beach. I don't want this wave to be very big, it's going to be a smaller one. I wanted to have a bit of a, splashes, but again, nothing crazy. And I would like to get a bit of that blue white mixture onto the sand, just to create the illusion of water coming back to the sea. And I will also take my raw amber, add a bit of grey to it just to deepen that color and work on that beach. But that was very quick, and then I will add more highlights just to create that illusion of the water on the beach. That's pretty much it. Now it's just a time for my painting to dry. I hope you guys enjoyed my little painting. Please let me know in comments down below if you like me to do more voiceovers, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.